Hi, Nick from M62 or Nicky Take from the Fringe. Now, some of you remember, if you've been watching the whole of this series of blogs about what you can learn from a stand-up comedian about business presentations, you'll remember the reason I got into doing stand-up was in order to understand how to tell jokes and maybe how to kind of use humour in order to improve a business presentation. And I think early on, 3 years ago when I started, I thought there was a high level of ad-libbing in stand-up. And in reality, in good stand-up, there's none. Stand-ups do not ad-lib. They have very well-rehearsed, well-written, well-constructed, linguistically perfect gags, and they might deliver them in a different order and respond to the audience and make it look like they're ad-libbing, but in fact, they rarely are. Let me give you a good example. My opening gag is my name. I say, "Good evening, my name's Nicky, Nicky Take, Miss Nicky Take, or Mistake. But I'm not the only mistake. There's always two boys on the front row that want to go home with me at night. That's a mistake." Now, that gag, last night when I delivered it, as I got to my name, one of the boys from the front row stood up and walked out to go and get a drink or go to the toilet. We're in the middle of a long set. I don't know what it was. But I changed my patter because he'd stood up. And so instead of saying, "Hello, my name's Nicky, Nicky Take, Miss Nicky Take, or Mistake," he stood up, I pointed to him and went, "I think that's probably a mistake, leaving right now," to which the whole audience fell about laughing. Now, it felt like I'd ad-libbed, but I hadn't. I was going to tell that joke anyway, I just personalised it to the guy standing up. So that's a lesson for business presenters. Don't ad-lib. Don't throw a joke in just because it feels like it might work at that time. That's not what comics do, and it's not what business presenters should do. If you're going to tell a joke, write it. Think about how carefully it's going to be delivered. Think about when it's going to be delivered, and think about within what context it's going to be delivered, and then decide not to deliver it because it doesn't feel right, but never just throw in a gag because it feels like it might be funny. That way lies disaster, both on a stand-up stage and definitely in a business presentation stage. More from the Fringe later.